lust and gluttony. These are the two main things, and ironically, they're related. If you're eating a bunch of food and you're overeating, that's going to stimulate it stimulates the mind, it stimulates the nervous system, and then the lust has an easier way to come through. But let's talk about the gripping energy of these habits, they're two of the 7 deadly sins. I remember I don't have so much of a gluttony problem with overeating. I didn't really like food. I tried to be breatharian, to be honest, when I was in Thailand and doing all my experiments, liquidarian, fruitarian, waterian. Then I was like, I'm gonna be a breatharian, yeah. Because I didn't want to eat. Because I felt after I ate, I could always, those of you who have subtle perception and sensitivity, you can feel everything. And I noticed when I ate, man, it like lowered the frequency. It like dulled. I lost a little bit of sharpness. It's like nowadays I don't eat, I just drink all day and then I'll eat a meal at night. Like I wouldn't want to eat and then make a video. I mean, I could, and most probably wouldn't know the difference, but I'd feel it. It's like the digestive energy that that the body has to use to digest the food and assimilate it. I mean, this conversion of food into prana, that conversion process takes energy. And so it's all about energy management when we're in this human vehicle. We don't just have unlimited energy. If you think it's not true, then just start running and you'll see, you'll quit at some point. Unless Forrest Gump, he had a city, it's different. If you have a city, then okay. But I could feel the life force, the loss of life force when I would eat. And so I didn't want to eat anymore. Okay, but those few times, and based on my case studies, people that I've had a lot of private sessions with, and just people I've been on the planet for a while. I've talked to hundreds and thousands of people, and pretty much all the people I talked to were talking on some level like we're talking now. This has been my whole life. Addicts and spirituality, and I never got into common collective talk, like ever. So there's something when you sit down to eat, like especially sweets. It's how people can eat like a whole ice cream cake or something at one time. It like you just start and you just can't. Okay, just a little more. Whatever. I'll just keep going. Yeah, you just lose it. So I know that it's similar process as lust. I can relate more to that in the sense when, watching this nonsense on the internet that I watched when I was younger. It was like a dark vortex, man. It just sucked you in. I was like watching myself. I'm like, I can't turn the computer off. Like, why can't I turn the computer off? Oh, let me just check one more scene, one more. Okay, and oh damn it, let me check one more time. You could be stuck on that for hours, and millions of people are. Girls too. Girls like more the books. They like reading the erotic stories. They need some connection, It's not enough for them just, oh, there's a naked guy and a naked girl. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're like, okay, I need a little something more than that. Guys, very, very, they're more gross level. Wow, girl, okay, that's enough. So I remember that gripping energy field, that dark energy field. I was just like, I'm powerless over this, literally. And then when I was in these other countries, my thing was, I call it edging or lusting or getting female attention and validation. That was my thing. That's what I like that better than sex. I just wanted to get hits. Just look at me and smile. I don't care if you're a prostitute. Just give it to me. That felt good for a second. Okay, I need it again now. Intruders. You'll see them when we pass. How's it going?
Good.
All right. Hi. I like the children because they have a purity and innocence that adults seem to lose. Adults, they get this guile and this conditioning See, when you're a kid, you haven't absorbed all that yet. So I can see spirit easier, you know. A lot of these adults, you gotta like cut through all that and get to, or they need some shocking moment. Some major thing needs to happen, and then you might see something real. That's why I like the kids and puppies and kittens. Mom likes turtles. All right. So I would go to these other countries. I like doing the edging and lusting in the other countries because, you know, I was more exotic there. Americans, okay, everybody, like, who cares? America don't care about anybody. But in the other countries, yeah, especially those who aren't used to seeing foreigners, especially 30 years ago. Now, you know, recently, or in the last 10, 20 years, there's more traveling. It's not such a big deal. Modernism has bled through now into more and more. It's hard to find those little villages that are, you know, untouched, but they're out there. So I used to go there and just get this attention. But man, I'd do it for hours. I'd be like, how long are you gonna keep doing this? I'd be tired, I'd be hungry, I'd want to sleep, and I couldn't. I'll get one more hit. Send me one more hit. Let me go to this street over here. There's clubs and the big girls out, and maybe I can get a hit. So all that stuff, man. How are you gonna progress spiritually when you're being pulled by such strong negative dark forces? You just can't, and it dulls your mind. The food, it's like a tranquilizer. That's why people do it. It's like, just put me into an oblivion. Here, give me the ice cream cake. I'm gonna watch TV, and I had a fat friend like that. He's like 400 pounds, and he's cool though. Like, I've known him for 30 some years, and that's what he'll do. I stopped. I didn't want to go to his house anymore. I already knew what was gonna happen. We get to his house, he gets on the damn chair and starts watching TV. I said, I don't want to do that, man. I used to tease him. I said, let's go to the duck pond. Yeah, he didn't want to do that. So it's like a tranquilizer, the food. And then I feel like the lust, it's more on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's more like a shot. It's like a dynamic. It's more adrenaline. But they both do the same thing. They're both very powerful. And they put a hex over your mind, over your consciousness. You can't, you're in the grip of this energy field now. How are you gonna channel your higher nature when you're in this vortex of like dark soup? So this is why I like to talk about these things. There's no need to talk about like the pure self. Consciousness is formless, and there's bliss and peace at your core. What good is it? Let's talk about the obstructions that obstruct that. Once you experience what's at your core, like, you can't listen to somebody or read something about what your true state is and think that's going to help you get into your true state. That pales in comparison to flushing out the obstructions that are keeping you from experiencing your true state. Because experiencing your true state isn't a doing, it's an undoing. So let's focus on the things that actually matter and that have the best chance to evolve your consciousness in the quickest way. Like, we're not here, and I really enjoy the comment section. As those of you who are the commenters regularly, you know, like, we're not here to like try to impress one another. Yeah, we talk real, and this is what we do here. And I'd put my audience up against any of these YouTubers' audience any day. Have a spiritual debate any day, and then have the measuring stick be vibration. Who's at one with their words? That's all. Not who can articulate and dazzle, and, you know, with spiritual eloquence. No. Who is one with? Who's solid? Yeah, I put my people up against anybody, anytime. I'd look at some of these once in a while. I'll just look at some of the other comments on the other channel, and I'm like, Yeah, it makes me more grateful when I see the commenters on my videos. So, just moral of the story, or in summary, look and see if you're a victim to one of these two, you can say, deadly sins, or defects of character, or human shortcomings, or spiritual obstructions, whatever word you want to use. Or both. Maybe you're both. You're a lust addict and a food addict. Food, when I say food addict, it doesn't mean just you eat a lot. And when I say lust, it doesn't mean you're just thinking about sex all the time. These two terms are all encompassing, and you have to use your higher intelligence to see where you stand with that. All right? Over the food addiction, it can just be emotional eating. Just notice anytime if you're feeling some kind of mood that you don't want to feel, or something happened in life, or you got pissed off by somebody and you're not enjoying the experience now, and then you notice you go to the fridge, or you go to the donut shop, or Starbucks. Man, coffee's another one. You do these things to try to escape your feeling. That's what we're looking at here. And the same with lust. You know, if you're feeling at odds with yourself, if you're feeling out of sorts, do you go to the computer to try to look at sexual images to take you out of that state? Or just scrolling in general. The internet's a whole nother addiction. Damn, there's so many. Are you trying to escape, you know, just being with yourself and letting the feelings process and seeing like, okay, it's okay, yeah, it passes, no big deal. Because we're going to be we have to go through that. You have to do that. That's like, it's like you can't go to master school unless you get through, you can't get your MA until you get your BA. It's just the way it is. We can't get the higher teachings that non-dual is pointed to, or that some of these spiritual teachers are pointed to. We can't. That is totally irrelevant if we haven't done the earthbound work, which in this case, we're just talking about looking, introspecting. You just can't bypass it. It's law. Like, you can't do it. You can imagine you did it, but you can't do it. Nor do you need to go in. There's all traps on every level. You don't need to say like, oh yeah, I need to go to a therapist. Like, let's say you feel fine. No, but somebody's telling me there's probably subconscious stuff hiding inside and I need to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm gonna go to a therapist. I know it's there somewhere. They can be these like eternal lookers, just always they're trying to perfect an imperfect human self by law. There's always something, but you have to let intuitive wisdom tell you when you've reached a point to where you're like, okay, I don't need to, like, the self-checking and cleaning has become automatic now. Yeah. Then you don't worry about it. But is that what you feel? Is that what you feel? Do you feel current? That's what we're trying to say. Do you feel current? Or can you feel there's some heaviness in your being with something that you're not looking at, or you're not willing to look at? Those things we need to look at. But even that we can't totally control. That has to happen when it's time, you know? But I feel like videos like this and talks like this, it helps accelerate that timetable. And this is why I'm making them. All right, I'll see you.